Hey guys, Justin Russell with RussellMarineProducts.com. I want to talk about 3 cool new anchoring features on the Lowrance 25.2 update. I promise you, if you haven't downloaded the new update yet, after checking out this video, you'll want to make sure that you have this update on the water next time you go out and you go fishing. It'll help put more fish in the boat. Let's get started. All right, guys, so there's a lot of people that have done some videos out here on a couple of features on the new 25.2 update. This video is going to go over what I think are the most important features of that, but there are 2 or 3 distinct features that I think people aren't explaining, or maybe people don't understand the impact as to what it is. So we're out on the bay boat, the same bay boat I've taken out on the ocean to go bay fishing. We've got a new Lowrance Recon trolling motor. I've got a Lowrance HDS 12 Pro in the dash, and of course our Flex 19 by RMP, by yours truly, up here on the upper right hand corner of the console. First part of the update that I wanted to go over and discuss that isn't really public knowledge, or at least it isn't put out there publicly, is we have touch on our RMP Flex 19 along with our HDS Pro unit. So if you're running a 12 or 16 Pro, you have a USB cable that comes with our Flex Connect module, allowing you to seamlessly be able to integrate with our Flex 19 unit itself. So all you have to do is hook the USB cable in the back of your HDS Pro unit, again a 12 or 16, plug it into the touch port on the back of the RMP Flex 19, and we now have touch control. But one of the coolest features I wanted to go over that I think is underutilized, or people haven't really caught on yet as one of the biggest deals here, is some cool anchoring features, okay? So we're anchored off here. I've got a waypoint, which is waypoint 009. So what I'm going to do is we're going to close this feature out here. I'm going to reopen this back up, apologize. We're going to go into standby mode, and I'm going to go into anchor. So I'm pushing anchor here. I'm going to go push distance to waypoint, okay? Going distance to waypoint. I'm going to select waypoint 009. That's the waypoint I want to be near. And you're going to notice there's kind of some range rings out here. So I'm going to push on my screen, get close to one of these range rings. And as you see here, it goes anchor at distance of 94 feet from center of waypoint is what that means. I want to adjust that distance. I want to go to 75 feet. I'm going to hit OK. Anchor at distance of 75 feet from center. That is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and push anchor. And now our Lowrance Recon trolling motor is going to start driving us to that waypoint, and it's going to anchor us 75 feet away from that waypoint. Now, why is this important? In my opinion, especially this time of year, it's summer here, it's July. Offshore fishing reigns right now, right? Grand Lake guys, Table Rock guys, Beaver Lake guys, you're offshore fishing. We're fishing rock piles, structure, brush piles. This is going to enable you, especially the guys cranking, especially the guys throwing the jigs, where you know how you can make a really long cast and reach your structure. You now can have the trolling motor control how far away you are away from your waypoint, and you can adjust that, okay? That's a really cool feature here. I'm going to let this thing catch up. You can see our arrow here is tracking on our GPS mapping here, bringing us up to our active anchor point. And you can see it says active anchor point where the anchor highlight is, or the anchor icon is on the screen. That is where the trolling motor is going to stop the boat. Now, something to remember about this, guys. I am operating from the console of this boat. I do not have a bow unit on the bow of this boat. It is going to stop us 75 feet away from the waypoint that I saved from this unit. This is our GPS source. Again, I do not have one on the bow of the boat. So this is going to stop us 75 feet away from that waypoint. If I had the unit on the bow and I sourced this through the bow, it would stop us 75 feet away from the bow unit. So wherever I set the operation to go for is the unit that's going to default over. So, well, now they have a new function out, that is the orbiting function. So we can actually orbit around our waypoint, and I want to go through that and show you how that's done right here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and close this out, reopen, go into standby. So as you go into your trolling motor features on your Lowrance HDS unit, you can see we've got anchor, course lock turns, orbit, or depth routing. What we're going to hit here is orbit. We're going to go orbit to waypoint because we want to orbit around a waypoint. We're going to go waypoint 009. That's the one that's on our map here. You can see we kind of have some distance rings around this, okay? So I'm going to select a distance. I can actually adjust that distance. So I want to orbit, let's say, 20 feet around where a waypoint is. We can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise. So now we're going to go clockwise. Engage autopilot nav mode? Yes. Now you can see our trolling motor is turning. It's engaging the prop. And we are going to start orbiting clockwise around our waypoint. We're going to go into what is the third coolest feature about the new 25.2 update, which is depth routing. So we're going to click this. As you can see, we've got all our options here. We've got anchor. We just went over the distance to anchor. We went over the orbit feature of orbiting around a waypoint. And now we're going to go into depth routing. So we're going to push that. We're going to go minimum depth, 9 feet, so 0.9. Collect OK. Max depth, I'm going to go 12. Hit OK. We're going to hit go. And you can see how kind of our pathway is going to take us around this bank here. I'm going to hit autopilot engaging, hit yes. This thing's going to take us right up between 9 and 12 feet. You can see kind of the highlighted area here. And we're going to go around that bank line and just continue on that pathway in that 9 to 12 foot range. So if you are fishing on a lake that is A, deep water, and B, like now, summertime, you're on a path where you're catching fish, let's say Table Rock, for example, where you're catching fish at 25 to 35 feet deep, you can set your minimum and maximum depth ranges on your routing to be able to follow that depth routing and always keep the boat aimed at that depth that you're needing, so that way you can make accurate casts and put more fish in the boat. So again, guys, these are just 3 really cool features. I think these are features that people are missing the beat on. Everyone's talking about the new 25.2 update on a feature for the active target system, but man, this depth routing right here is one I think a lot of people are sleeping on. So guys, this is a really important update. Be sure, check out some of the new other features that we talked about in this video. Again, 25.2, if you haven't already updated your units, please do so. This is going to be an update that you guys are going to do.
Are you tired of your old marine electronics? At R&P, we make trade-in easy. 3 steps. Step 1, shoot us an email, get a quote. Step 2, send us your old unit and get credit. Step 3, get your brand new unit and get installed on your boat today.